My name's Larry, can you see me there? Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to SnowRunner Hardmode, episode 28. I hope you're all well, I hope you had a great week so far, whatever you've been up to, and I hope you've been enjoying the series so far as well. Now, we have been having a little bit of a break. Roadcraft came out. So this is probably the first episode of this series for probably about, I'd say about 3 weeks or so, potentially more. So I do apologise for the break, but it was always going to happen with the release of Roadcraft. So that's the reason for that. But we're back recording. Haven't played any SnowRunner since Roadcraft came out. The control schemes are different, so I'm expecting this to be a little bit of a finding my feet again mission today. So I apologise for any poor gameplay from here on out. Not that my gameplay is usually that great, but as it is, we'll get on with the tasks at hand. So there's a couple of things to do today. First things first, we want to, let's get in the map. Since we're down this neck of the woods in the Fleet Star, there is a trailer down here which we want to grab ourselves. We want to pull that out of there. It is a mission trailer, but as it is, I don't think we've got anything really in the middle of town massively. I think this is a scout fuel trailer, so we really want to pull that up into the middle of town, or close to at least. So that's what we're going to do. Is right, all-wheel drive on, handbrake off. Attached trailer, we'll leave that one here for now. Can't 100% remember exactly what we were delivering up here the last time. So what we're probably going to do for a couple of episodes really is we're going to be looking at doing a lot of the sort of not the contract missions, the tasks. Try and get some of those cleared off. Like, I know we've still got some scout tasks to do back over in Island Lake, some in Drummond, some in Smithville Dam and the like, so we will we're going to do that first. I reckon that seems like a good thing to do. Let's get them knocked away, and we'll start cracking on with some of the contracts then. So yeah, I've been loving the hell out of Roadcraft. We've done a load of streaming on Roadcraft. Although we've done a load of streaming, we've probably done well, just say a significant amount of streaming. I don't exactly know how many hours off the top of my head, but quite a lot, and more than we've done for a long time. I still feel like I wanted to do more than I've been able to do, but it's just the way it is, unfortunately, with family life and family commitments and stuff. So it's but yeah, it's been good. I really am pleased with that game as a whole. The worry, I suppose, if you like, worry is the right term, is that when you get like a new game, you don't know what it's going to actually be like until it releases. So it could, you know, sort of a bit further to go. So I'm going to do, it's quite swampy down here. I want to place down some markers so we've got a rough sort of gauge of where the road is at least. Yeah, that's the worry though, is when a new game comes out, and especially one that you've been looking for. I might need to turn the sensitivity down on my camera positioner. A bit of low action, a bit of diff locking. But yeah, it's always the worry that is it actually going to be good when it comes out, and especially if it's a game that you're looking forward to. Like, to be fair, most of the games that I've been playing over the last couple of years have been games that have already been out for a long time, so they're sort of tried and tested and true. Sure, you get updates occasionally that break things or cause problems or whatever, but generally speaking, they've been games that have been out for a while. All of the initial launch bugs and such have been dealt with. I think the only exception, the last game I bought close to release, was FS22, and that had some launch bugs. So it's always a bit of a nerve-wracking time when you're waiting for a game. This was the first game that I'd sort of pre-ordered in a long time. Hopefully we can winch on to something. Anything substantial? No. The game has been absolutely smooth. Like I said, really been enjoying it. So I hope you've been enjoying that content. You know, I guess if you were here for SnowRunner, you've probably aware of, if not at least, well, interested in and are playing Roadcraft, if not at least aware of it. It's from the same developing house, so come on, you little bugger, let's go. There we go. So I don't recall setting my camera sensitivity, the analog stick, to be so sensitive, but it seems to be really sensitive. Right, let's stop. To be honest with you, I don't really remember having this fleet start having so much trouble. I thought this was pretty well reliable track. Showing the task, we just want to get out of here with the truck. both. It might be somewhat risky to go back the way we've came, but that's what we're going to do. Try and not get stuck in. We'll take the option to refuel. So this is a mission trailer, so we can take 10% out. So yeah, we can take, no, can't take 10% out, we can take, are you joking me? Can take all but 10% out is what I was trying to say. I really don't remember this. Alright, hang on. Certainly help us if we take the handbrake off. I really truly don't remember this fleet star being this rubbish, if I'm completely honest with you. Just seems to be a bit struggling more than I remember it. Yeah, my recollection of the Fleet Star is that it was a very capable truck. Just tearing up the ground. Yeah, it's a bit annoying because in my view, I thought, oh yeah, we'll just nip on, we'll get that trailer back. Which is the sort of quick thing I wanted to get done, and then take the Hummer over to Smithfield Dam and we'll just start knocking out some of the scouting tasks, the ones that we missed along the way. Get some trucks over there, do some of the easier, just cut across there, get on a bit more solid ground. There's plenty of trees that we can use to pull ourselves on the way. It's just bearing down in the mud. Might need to do the old drop the trailer and pull it with the winch in a sec. Got it free now. Ground gets a bit more solid over here, so should be alright in a sec. But yeah, welcome back. Thanks for coming back if you have come back. If you're new here, welcome along. We are glad you're here. We are on the road to 500 subscribers. So if you are new here, you're enjoying the content, or if you're not new and you've been sort of lurking around a little bit, I'm in an hour and you are enjoying the content, do consider subscribe. It does mean the world to me, and that helps us out towards the channel goals of getting to the 500 sub mark by the end of the year. That would be absolutely fantastic. But yeah, with the Roadcraft stuff at the minute, we are just live streaming that at the minute. So if you are a big fan of SnowRunner and you're now a big fan of Roadcraft as well, want to see me mediocre performance on Roadcraft, then come along to a live stream. Once basically with Roadcraft, once the hard mode series is released, once the hard mode game mode is released, which according to the roadmap is going to be in September time, then we'll be looking at starting a recorded series on that as well. We will be running the recorded series and the streams at the same time, because I don't think, based on what I know is coming up in terms of my family life, with like end of term and stuff like that, we are going to do our very best to keep streaming as much as we can, but sometimes with the kids and that, you know, that just takes priority, absolute priority, which is rightly so. So I don't think, basically what I'm trying to say is, by the time Roadcraft hard mode comes out, I don't think I will be completed with the base maps. That coincided with the fact that when hard mode comes out, probably in and around the same time, not in the same update, is when they're launching the rebuild version additions, which is, I think, was an additional 2 maps to play. So even if we have finished the main base maps, we'll still have 2 new maps to play when hard mode launches. So we're going to keep the stream series going for as long as it takes to complete the game, I suppose, or we'll complete the maps. By complete the maps, there's 2 ways that I'm looking at the maps. There's completing them in the sense of all of the objectives, side and main, and infrastructure requests are done. And then there's the completion to where I'm happy, like, that I've completed the map, in the sense of I've done as much looping and stuff as I want to do. The 2 are very different, and the latter is generally going to be like more of an off-stream type of thing. Yeah, the stream, basically when it gets to the hard mode version of Roadcraft, that's going to be the recorded thing, starting from scratch, and you know, that's going to be everything the hard mode brings. And then the live stream will still just be the fun, I say fun loosely, but fun, sort of not so serious game. Got a sneaking suspicion that I probably didn't actually want to come this way, because I think this will take us back over the river. Which the river in itself is obviously very muddy. But we've travelled this path now, so we'll see. apologise if you could hear a bit of the proclaimers blasting out there. There's a car driving past pumping out proclaimers at very loud volumes. So we're going to get this up into the middle of town, and then we'll hop on the hammer then. I actually can't remember off the top of my head where the hammer is. I said I haven't played this at all since the launch of Roadcraft, so no idea off the top of my head where I left all the vehicles and stuff. It's fine, we'll locate it. The one thing I'm going to have to remember is it's paid recoveries on this. See, on Roadcraft at the minute they're free recoveries, so if I need a vehicle the other side of the map, I just recover it in the nearest base. So also in this back in hard mode mindset. It's so funny, I really genuinely don't remember this Fleet Star struggling as much as it seems to be. Don't know if it's been changed in an update or something's missing, but it seems to be struggling more than I remember. So yeah, we're going to dump this trailer up in the middle of town. That will then give us some large quantity of fuel up in the middle of town with easy access, which will also in turn then focus on using this one up first, because it needs to be down to about 200 litres left, so that we can actually do the mission to the task rather. The task completed. To be honest with you, so far it's not been terrible. It's good, because I was expecting it to be an absolute disaster. But I will say it's 25 minutes into the episode, of about an hour of an episode, and all we've done is just got stuck in a lot of mud. But that's fine. You know, what did we expect for our first episode back? Did pre-warn at the beginning. We've come too far now to abandon this task. But I do genuinely mean it when say my recollection of the Fleet Star was very different to the experience I'm having at the moment. So I don't know if something's changed in an update, or if my recollection is different. I always had this sort of view of the Fleet Star that it was the little truck that could. I mean, it is doing it, I've got to give it its dues, it's getting there, it's just slower than I'd like. Yeah, we'll get this over now, sometime today. And we're going to head straight to Smithville, start there, clear off as many of the jobs, the tasks we can. We'll probably do that for a couple of episodes, maybe the next 2 or 3. And then once we've done that, start cracking out some of the contract missions then, and then just carry on with that until they're done. And then the finale will be the timed challenges, which I will admit I will probably, or will definitely think about either taking some heavy advice on that or watching some videos when it comes to the challenges, because I'm concerned about the fact that you only get a certain amount of tries. So we need to just get ourselves through here, burning through a load of fuel, burn through about 100 litres of fuel just to get here, so let's refuel. Jubbly, let's go. Oh, sweet. I did see, I didn't look too much into it, I did see that I think that there was a, I think like a new DLC out for SnowRunner this week, a new trucks DLC. Just bring this fence with us, hopefully that'll just disappear sometime soon. I forgot to say as well, as per usual, we were 8:34 when we started AM, so we'll go to around 8 o'clock the next morning, which will be around an hour or so. Weighing up is I've got some, it sounds like some naughty kids upstairs doing anything but sleeping. Right, let's roll this through. Yeah, this camera angle situation is, I don't know if it's just this is really sensitive or if Roadcraft is turned way down, but it definitely seems to be more extreme than Roadcraft. Trace to town. Town is to the left. Should have knew that because that's the tunnel logo there. So obviously we are tracking a mission at the moment, which we're not actually doing that mission. I think first things first, just because it's near where we're going to end up, is we rescued that little scout fuel trailer from the mud. I'll go and check how much that's got in it. Or maybe I'll decant that into Hammer. The Hammer's got storage on board. And then we can deliver that at the same time. I think I'll actually do it in thinking about it. I will. We've got a fair old bit of fuel at the moment in town. Well, on this map, rather, on this region. So what I think I'll do is I'm going to leave this trailer in town. And then when I go over with the Hummer, I'll pick up the scout fuel trailer that we left in town previously, which is just here. So we'll leave this here for now. Do. We'll detach it as well. Apologies for that. We're back. So we are... Did we detach that? Yeah, we did. Let's turn it off as well. That's the other thing. Remember to turn my engines off. Hammer's already over here. Do I leave it all the way over there? Dear God, man. Can we... Right, let's let's carry on. Find a way out. A little bit of engine damage, why not? Bit of a freeze as well. Good measure. So we'll follow this road round. Got an achievement for that. Drive 1 kilometer in the water. Actually got an auto saving coming, I think. Yeah, we'll go this way. Stop in the town on the way to grab the scout fuel trailer that we left there, and then I don't actually remember if I finished discussing what my plan there was. Yeah, we'll get the scout fuel trailer we left in town, because we've got a reasonable amount of fuel on this map as it is. And then we'll take that and replace it with the one that we're going to deliver and make sure it's full up to the brim. Check our fuel tanks on here as well, because we do want to have some capacity to take fuel from the scout fuel trailer that's there for the mission, for the task rather, because I don't want to get over there and then we're giving away free fuel. I mean, not free fuel, but fuel that we could use for ourselves. Like I said, I don't want to jinx it, but I feel like I'm doing pretty decent on fuel at the moment. There's more fuel left than I realised. A little glitch. Yeah, I sort of feel like we've got more than I thought we'd have. Because I've obviously found 2 extra trailers worth of, like, there's an extra 4,000 litres of fuel. Now, admittedly, we have got some pretty hefty thirsty trucks. I forgot about this. We do have some pretty thirsty trucks, so when we start moving some of the loads, I think that's when we're going to start seeing the really hefty fuel usage. Diff lock off for a sec. Stay at low because we are going to be putting the diff lock back on in a minute. Get the hammer through here. Should be good depth-wise. I'm pretty sure we brought the hammer through this way anyway, so should be fine to put the diff lock back on now. A little bit of diff on it. Yeah, I think it's fair to say, not to not to harp on too much, but I think it's fair to say that Roadcraft has been a rip-roaring success so far. Chat to Rusty and Mr. Farquhar about it a fair amount. We've all said the same, that we hope, SnowRunner's coming up to, coming up or is 5 years old, and they're still putting out content for it, DLCs and season new regions and stuff like that. Like the Quebec region was recently released as part of the season year 4 pass. So I think there is a season number attached to it, but I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. I just know it was in the year 4 pass. So there's the autosave that we've been waiting for. So yeah, we've all sort of said the same, that we really hope that they I don't want to say support Roadcraft, because that's the wrong way of phrasing it, I think, but I really hope they approach Roadcraft like they've done with SnowRunner and put out regular DLC updates, and whether they do it the same like season passes, or whether they do sort of year passes, or whether they do individual DLCs, whether they don't put out as many a year, I don't know, but I'd really like for them to carry on. Come on. To be enough to pull us free. There we are. So we should get a sort of solid 20 minutes or so now in Smithville. First things first, we just got to nip back, grab that scout fuel trailer. Which I said we'll make that full. We'll fill that completely. Rocks. You can do yourself some damage if you over these too quick. Alrighty, let's go. Jubbly. Yeah, so that's the general view of the people that I speak to that play this as well, is that we also really hope that it's going to be a long living game in Roadcraft, be around with new content for years to come, but we'll see. And I will try and make that the last time I speak about Roadcraft on this episode. Because, as you can probably tell, I am a fan. Let's get this going. Come on, buddy. Yeah, the downside to having enjoyed and played that as much as I have is pre-recorded content suffered somewhat. Right, now find our feet. Yeah, like I said, we'll let's attach this. Does look like, let's have a look. A refuel. Scout carrier is reasonably full. Only 45 litres has been taken out of it, but we'll make sure it's 100%. Refuel from the carrier trailer to the fuel carrier. 45 litres, that's all it's taken. We'll leave our racks and everything as they are, because there's a bit of capacity in there. I'm thinking we probably only need to take about 200 litres out of the Scout fuel carrier that's over on Smithville before we can deliver it, but we'll see. Do a bit. Probably do need to get back to Island Lakes at some point, because there's another Scout fuel trailer I think on there that I wanted to bring over, potentially for Drummond Island, because at the moment Drummond has got a big huge fuel tanker on it, the 5,000 litre semi one, but that's the only one it's got. I mean, it's reasonably central, but it'd be good if we could have one at the top end of the map. Let's see. Let's go. We'll focus in a minute because we've got the hammer out and about. I think what we'll do is the rest of this episode and all of the next episode will focus on just scout tasks that are missing, and then we'll start thinking about taking some trucks over, doing some of the other ones. Although it's trying to think. It might not be the most efficient way of doing it, because we might as well, if we've got just trying to think, because if we've got stuff that needs to be taken from Black River to Smithville, for example, and we've got tasks left to do on Smithville, there's no point taking all the trucks over there, do the task, and then come back later on. We might have to take a little bit of a hybrid approach then. What we will definitely do, though, is spend the rest of this episode, and at least the next episode, finishing off the scouting tasks that we never got done. Have to come up with some kind of plan about Excuse me, it's been really warm today, so it's just knackered me out. Let's go down here. The Scout fuel trailer that we left is here. The one that we need to leave, the one that we've got on. Let's leave that one here. Just a trailer. Probably what we'll need to do is this one, no. This trailer, that's the one. Start tracking. So we left it here for a reason. It's close to where we need to go. Refuel. Source is the scout fuel trailer, so we can leave that with 90 in. So that's that one. Okay. It's gonna take us. So we want to. We want to change that. We want to be fueling from that. Takes us down. It's that one. We do then. How much do we need? So, hopefully, I've done my maths correct, and that should be absolutely fine to leave with that little tiny dribbling. It is. So we only gave away 4 litres, which is fine. 180 skill points or XP points, whatever, and $1,900 in the bank. And now that we've done that, we can refuel ourselves from the crank rack. Absolutely perfect. Right, we'll do that one. Tools delivery, no. Michigan Trail, that's the one we want to do. So we start tracking. And to get there, we want to basically just follow this road down, cut across there, and this is literally just to get to those flags. Jubbly. Yeah, that's the thing, see, it's like, it's a bit of a juggling act to like, get the right amount of fuel, because you don't want to give too much of the fuel back. Obviously you could just buy more fuel, there's no problem. But they give you like a pretty decent amount of fuel. Sort of laying around, so you want to get as much of that to your benefit as possible, which means sometimes having a little juggle around and trim in a bit of fuel here, there and everywhere so that you weigh the least amount possible. What would be ideal, and maybe there is a mod that exists, big pot, is if you could just sort of select an amount to move. Like where you've got, for example, where I had the trunk rack, had more space available. It was taking over 100 and... I was taking 137 litres over, which I didn't need it to do. I needed to take like 48 or something. It'd be good if you could like specify. Be like, oh, I want to move. Or if you had like a button bind for pre-denominated amounts, like 1 litre, 5 litres, 10 litres or something like that. More or less than the pre-filled amount. It's all good, we only quote unquote gave away 4 litres there, which is not too bad. It's not to be sniffed at. What we will be doing as well, provided there's actually some fuel left at the end of it, is we will be taking some of the fuel with us to the next region, Alaska. And it was the twin... what was it? The twin steer, Twin Star, was it? Is that the one? Whichever one we put the big fuel tank on the back, we're going to fill that at the end. Provided we've got fuel left. But with us, we're going to take that with us down to Alaska, because I'm told that it's better to do that than... I'm not sure that I've come through the right part of the river here. Yeah, I've been told that it's cheaper to bring a little bit of fuel over with you than it is to pay the fee to recover it. Well, not recover it, but transfer it over. Just to buy the equivalent amount of fuel. Now, it's not to say that the entirety of the fuel that we bring over will be enough. If, you know, we may as well use it, because otherwise it's just going to sit in Michigan somewhere, not being used. So, how do we want to do this now? Shall I have a little lucky look? I think we want to go over there. We'll try and cut up there to the... Is it? No. We want to... Let's have a look. I don't know how well or bad this is going to work, but let's start there. That's what we're closest to. See how many we can get tucked off. Have a look on the map. We're 4:40 in the morning, so about 4 hours game time. Probably about 12 minutes. No. 8, maybe about 10 or so minutes in real time. See how much of this we can get. What I don't really want to do, because I went through a real phase of real spell of episodes where the time was all like jammed up. I want to get back into that if I can help it. I mean, it doesn't really matter, to be honest, but it's a bit more friendly, so. Keep pressing the button on there for handbrake on Roadcraft. Right, flag D is down there, so it makes sense to go for that one next, because it's just what I think makes the most sense. Since it's there, and all the other three are in the same direction. I think I actually didn't get as much done on this episode as I was really sort of thinking about, to be honest. So I thought, oh yeah, I'll just nip on, I'll get that trailer moved, that'll be easy. And then do the scout challenges. Just don't think I was really expecting that it's going to take like all of the first half of the episode. So, and the brakes on there. Do we want to try and cut across there, get on the path? Is it better just to go back up the way we... I think it might just be worthwhile going back up there. Go across here. Have got some parts on board. Oh. No. Ah, you sack. Oh. Faster. Installed, and I haven't got the thingy winch. Flip. What a bad way to end the episode, but I haven't got time now to get a scout out here and fix it, so we are going to end the episode here, I'm afraid. There's always going to be a bit of a disaster. This one back. I hope it's been good. I hope you've enjoyed it, and all the same. We'll be back here again a couple of days' time on SnowRunner. Hope to catch you on a Roadcraft live stream sometime soon. If you've enjoyed the episode, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already, and we'll catch you in the next one. Take care.